A funny one. Perhaps a jester who has lost her way.
I am but a wandering minstrel, a woman of a great talent, it has been often said, an amazing performer. I am that too, an awe-inspiring voice. You had better believe it. But most importantly, I'm as humble as they come.
A minstrel, you say? Have I heard of you?
I am known by many names. The Nightingale of Meriden, the songstress of Thrushbeard. I'm renowned for climbing the tallest peak of Mountain Kingdom to find the oldest song record and learn it from the great minstrel master himself. I have sought
your name, humble minstrel. On with your name.
Ah, yes, my name. My friends call me Nob, if I had friends.
She doesn't have friends.
Never heard of you.
Really, not even has the Nightingale of Meriden?
I have no doubt you have heard of me.
Have I?
Of course.
The boss is famous.
The greatest thief in 2 kingdoms.
Oh, right. The mighty, the feared, the odoriferous.
Smoot.
Smoot! How could have I forgotten? I am honored.
And this here is my band of thieves. Mog.
That's me.
Quag.
Here.
And Rube.
It's my first day.
He's new.
Your mother must be so proud.
Now that we've sorted through the pleasantries, we'll be taking your gold and goods.
Gold? Goods? Alas, great Smoot, I have none.
What kind of minstrel are you that you have not one coin or jewel to your name?
The kind that likes an odd wager now and then.
A gambler. I knew I liked you.
She probably cheats too.
If you cheat, you should win more. Thank you for your observation, Rube. So you see, dear friends, I've not one earthly possession other than the clothes on my back, a worn-down cottage in the next kingdom, and my loot.
We have no need for rags.
Yeah.
Those we have plenty of.
Yep.
Nor do we need a hovel in a far-off wood. That leaves only one thing.
No, I cannot play without it!
This could do for kindling, don't you think?
Give that back!
Look at me. I'm a minstrel.
No, you're not doing it right. It's like this. Dom, dom, diddly, dom.
My life didn't sound anything like that. Be careful with it!
This thing isn't even good enough to make a toothpick.
Look, I make songs.
Return my loot now, or I'll...
Or you'll what?
I'll write a defaming song about you and sing it as loudly as I can through every street. You'll never be able to show your face again.
You wouldn't dare.
The crowds will be rolling when they hear the line about how you and your great band of thieves were bested by a princess using nothing more than embroidery hoops.
We were not. Something like that could never and will never happen.
It won't matter. People always believe a minstrel song. Robin Hood ring any bells? Ow! Let go! Yeah. That hurt!
Shouldn't feel good.
Hello.
Keep walking, beggar.
Get out of here. As much as I'd love to, it looks like you have that little lady at a disadvantage. I'd appreciate if you could release her now.
I'd second that! Ow!
Boss, look at his sword. The hilt's made of gold.
Are those rubies? Ow!
And the blade is old, but sharp.
Oh, another smarty. I've had enough of those for today. Get him!
Give me that sword. Haha, you miss. Hey.
All right, Quag.
You have the knife.
won't be as lucky next time. Let's go!
That's right! Keep running!
I believe this is yours.
Just wait until they hear the song I'm going to write about them. I'll turn their ears blue. And you? You were great. That part where you valiantly came to the aid of the beleaguered. But still, majestic minstrel, resound through the halls of the greatest kingdoms. What name do I use?
Reginald.
My friends call me Nob, if I had friends.
It's a pleasure to meet you, but don't trouble yourself. I doubt anyone will care about one little skirmish with some bumbling thieves.
They will when I get done with it. That style, that grace, where were you trained? Who was your master of swords? Wait, don't tell me. You look familiar under that bushy beard. Have we met before?
I come from the neighboring kingdom.
Oh, yes, I knew it. Was it in town?
No.
At the tavern, I frequent the gambling rooms there.
Most definitely not.
The jousts?
Possibly.
Were you a knight?
I wish. I was a spectator.
The palace?
Close.
Amongst the noble stables?
Closer.
The throne?
I think you have it now.
You're the young king!
I am one and the same. I remember you too, minstrel Nob. Very good.
You think so? Thank you, your majesty. What are you doing all the way out here?
You have been to my kingdom. You know how poor it is. I could only afford to pay you with a simple meal.
Bah, it was a feast, your hungry minstrel. I would have only spent any coins you could have spared at the taverns.
I appreciate your sentiment. My kingdom is in need. I have set out to seek my fortune.
How utterly fascinating. You must allow me to accompany you and chronicle your adventures.
I can't imagine it will be very interesting.
Oh, trust me, it will be. You've just started. You already battled a band of thieves and saved a new companion. We'll be famous when it's all done.
Something tells me I couldn't stop you if I tried.
It's a deal then.
Hey, help yourself, why don't you?
Thanks, Reggie. You don't mind if I call you that, right? Of course I'll use your given name in the song, but I like Reggie better for friends.
Go for it.
Thanks again, Reggie. Okay, what's the plan?
You see, I
see this tale is not starting well.
still trying to figure that part out.
No, this won't do. You must have something in mind.
The easiest thing to do is marry a rich princess.
That's it. I just came from the wealthy lands on the other side of the forest. The king is seeking a husband for his daughter.
I don't know.
It's perfect. A tale of true love. Audiences are total saps for a good romance story. I've seen the princess. She is very lovely.
This is all well and good, but how much money are we talking about here?
Her dowry is enough to choke a Maharaja, and she's the sole heir to her father's kingdom.
I guess it's worth a shot. We'll try your love story, Nob. Lead the way.
In fact, I've not seen one suitor who has in any way proven to be my equal. Nobody less could possibly hold my interest.
What of love?
All I have ever seen of love between my mother and father was in their eyes when they would laugh together, and I do not think that kind of love is for me.
Of course it is, Your Majesty. Maybe if you lowered your standards a little.
Never! I will not settle for a life of matrimonial duty if I can help it.
Your father won't like it one bit.
My father needs me here, Faith. Ever since Mother passed away, he is aged by 10 years in a span of months. He needs me by his side and not married off to some silly nobleman. I must get this foolish notion from his head so we may go about our lives.
This is only the courtyard.
Yep.
You can fit 5 of my throne rooms in this space alone.
The last time I played here, the king thought my playing was so lovely, he gifted me a jewel-encrusted brooch in the shape of a songbird that belonged to his late wife.
Where is it now?
Lost it. I could do with anything of value.
What happened?
Let's just say, came down to the brooch or my fingers. Guess what one I picked?
Seems to me you should stop gambling then.
It would make sense. But I love the thrill of it. I've gotten some wonderful songs from misadventures. It is a shame, though. It was a beautiful piece of jewelry.
Look out! I apologize, miss. I was too busy watching the beauty above to look at my feet.
Have you never seen this place before?
I've never had the honor.
Yes. Ah. They're letting all sorts of riff-raff through the gates these days. It is beautiful, isn't it? Some call these gardens the most beautiful since Babylon.
Lofty aspirations, but I admit they are very fine. Would you care to dance?
Me? Dance with you?
Why not?
Nothing. I would be happy to. Dance remarkably well. Which one is your master?
Master?
I assume you are a servant to one of the suitors here for the princess's hand.
I suppose I look a fright, but I am the master.
You?
Sorry I didn't mean to startle you. I've been outside my kingdom for so long I've forgotten my manners. My name is Reginald, king from the neighboring kingdom.
King. We're here to woo and wed the princess, then.
If I like her.
What's a funny thing to say in your position? Now, I would be more concerned if she likes you.
The last I checked, it is much more pleasant when a husband and wife mutually liked each other.
I don't understand you.
Did you hear that, band? Atrocious! Well, hello, what do we have here? Making friends, right?
Yes, this is... I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
I didn't go it.
No matter. A friend of a friend is a friend of mine. You look familiar. Have we met before?
Most certainly not. For a king, you keep odd company.
If you don't mind, can I ask what the princess is like?
It is said she is very intelligent.
Which probably means she's an insufferable know-it-all.
And an accomplished artist.
If you count stick figures as art.
Her beauty is famous over several lands.
One word,
she'll be telling us she has a great personality.
Who exactly are you?
I am known by many names. The Nightingale.
Don't mind her. She suffered head trauma this morning. You are a devoted servant to your princess. So she is all you say she is.
All of it, and more.
She will be a fearsome woman to behold.
Fearsome.
A woman so bright, talented, and lovely would be hard for any man, let alone a king, to keep up with.
A worthy man could.
I don't believe such a man exists.
On this, King Reginald, we agree.
Are you sure we haven't met before? Don't tell me. I never forget a face. Was it in town?
No.
It wasn't at the tavern, was it?
No!
Oh my, they're here. Who let them in?
You did order the gates open for any suitors who sought the princess's hand, Your Majesty.
Servants!
Yes, Your Majesty.
Have you found her?
No, Your Majesty. Was it at a joust?
Yes! A joust, that must have been it. Excuse me.
Are you sure?
How hard is it to keep track of one princess? This is the 5th time we've lost her this week.
And it's only Tuesday.
I've almost got it.
Remind me to give the princess a very firm scolding when we find her. Well, I had better get this over with. Thank you all for coming, but we will need to reschedule.
That's it. I remember who she is now.
I appreciate you all making the time to come down here, but unfortunately,
Reggie.
Not now, Knob.
Yes, now, the girl, the one you were dancing with, that was...
the Princess Cora, she is...
Here. I am here.
Cora! Where have you been?
Don't be cross, Papa, and let's not reschedule either. I would like to be done with this sideshow as quickly as possible.
All right, gentlemen, line up.
We were talking with the princess the whole time.
I was trying to tell you.
And you called her ugly.
I didn't say
You
ugly.
called her a talentless hack with a unibrow superiority complex.
Yeah, I have to admit, that was unfortunate for everyone involved.
We should go.
No way, we can come back from this.
She'll never pick me. Not after all that.
Listen, I made a fool of myself, which is totally normal, by the way. But you made an impression. There was connection between you two.
You think so?
You could cut the chemistry in the air with a knife, and look at what you have to lose.
Right. Are you sure she likes me?
Go.
You may present the suitor, scribe.
Ladies and gentlemen of the court, suitors and all visitors to our kingdom, we welcome you. Today we have brought you before the Princess Cora and hope she may...
Let's spare everyone the theatrics. Scribe, I will see the suitors now. Impossible! He looks like a wine barrel.
How rude.
Next,
And this one. Thin and tall, no good at all.
Maybe he's too short. Ever thought of that?
no thin and tall. Next,
He was too tall and now he is too short. Short and thick is never quick.
Too short. Mama says I'm perfect.
Was there no men in between you could bung?
someone in between. Next,
As pale as death. Now I feel dead on the inside. And this one is as bent as green wood dried behind the stove.
I'd agree with you, Princess. But then we'd both be wrong.
What kind of motley crew did you bring me today?
Now, Cora.
too pale and too crooked. Phew! And what triviality does Her Majesty find with her last suitor?
Oh, no, I'm good. Just here for the show.
Come now. Don't be shy. How could I have forgotten the king next door?
That's not weird.
He is a good height. And a healthy weight. His coloring is good, and he stands up straight. He is well spoken, and he moves well. That beard.
My beard.
It is ridiculous. It looks as if a thrush has been building a nest in it. How could I ever possibly marry a man with a thrush beard? That is what I shall call you. King Thrushbeard.
Because the beard looks like it.
It looks like that's all to see today. Thank you, gentlemen. The king offers you his condolences and apologies. All are dismissed.
She wasn't bad. So much for a connection.
She is a piece of work, I'll give you that. But I wouldn't give up so easily. She had a lot of other great things to say about you.
Then threw me aside because of my beard. If there was ever a more spoiled princess, I'd hate to see her.
I am very disappointed, Cora.
Now, Papa, that was the silliest batch of suitors yet. I couldn't possibly choose any of them.
No, I am disappointed in you.
Me?
You behaved like a spoiled, petulant child just now. You were cruel, and your mother and I did not raise you that way.
But, Papa, I was just
Enough is enough, Cora. You have shamed me, and you have shamed yourself. You must be married.
Why?
Because I said so.
Well, I still feel that you need me here.
What I need is an heir. You must marry for the good of the kingdom.
I don't need a husband to rule. I can do it on my own.
I have quite made up my mind that you will not. Pick a suitor, Cora.
I won't.
You will! I am making a decree that the next man to walk in our gates and ask for your hand shall have it!
Papa!
Write it down!
What will you do?
This is unexpected. I will admit. I will simply have to convince my father to change his mind. Don't worry, Faith. I shall not marry anyone today.
This is too good. I think a perfect scheme is afoot.
My meal and be on my way. You'll have to settle for an old-fashioned fortune and glory story.
That's what I'm here about. I have an idea.
It is very good.
And what is that?
You're going to marry the princess?
The princess?
Yes.
Princess Cora.
You got
it. The same girl who just very definitely rejected me because of my beard.
A small detail.
It's as simple as that.
You've lost all grip on reality, Knob. Besides, she's already rejected me and I detest her. How could you expect me to marry such a vain, spoiled, contemptuous brat?
Is this your first marriage?
I won't. I won't do it.
Not even for your people. Her dowry's enough to fill your coffers for years.
And when she comes into her inheritance?
I have one word for you. No way.
No way is 2 words.
That's how much I mean it.
What if I told you my plan comes with a little vengeance?
What do you mean?
Payback for Princess Cora's self-importance.
It would feel good to teach her royal bratness a lesson.
That's more like it.
What do you say?
I'm in. And who are you?
All part of the plan.
I'm a barber.
You do make a very good point, my dear.
Of course I do, Papa. I mean, I cannot marry just any man who asks. You will be king one day.
I had not thought of that. It's only that I worry about you, Cora. I don't want you to be lonely.
I can never be lonely with you.
What about when I am gone?
Pish posh, that is a long way off.
I suppose you are right.
And wouldn't you want me to love my husband as you loved mother?
It is my greatest wish.
Then you will strike through your decree.
Oh, you know I cannot resist that face. You have always been as wise as you are lovely. So like your mother. I do wish you would learn to temper that tongue of yours, though.
I take that from mother, too.
Yes, you do. You know, I fell for your mother the moment I laid eyes on her.
I know, Papa.
It was love at first sight. Just like that. I hope you feel it someday.
Maybe I will. Papa, someday, but until then, the decree?
Right. Scribe!
Yes, Your Majesty.
I hereby strike the decree that my daughter shall...
Gather one, gather all. I've come to present to you the greatest minstrel who has ever played.
This man you speak of must be wonderful. To have another minstrel sing his praises so highly.
He's a minstrel's minstrel, Your Majesty. His voice is so clear, the angels in heaven weep at its beauty. Fingers so quick and skilled upon the strings of his lute, it sounds as if 5 men were to play with him.
This man sounds too good to be true.
His poetry would regale you with such tales to make you cry, laugh, scream, and sigh, all within a single song.
And that seals it. He couldn't be all that.
I must see this minstrel. Call him forth.
As you wish, Your Majesty. Without further gilding the lily, and no more ado, I have the honor, nay, the pleasure, to present to you all the master of strings, poet of man's heart, and the king of songsters, Minstrel Reggie!
Minstrel Reggie, welcome to my court.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Please, you must play us a song.
I'm not sure.
Of course, the matter of payment must be discussed.
Anything. I shall pay whatever you ask.
Anything.
Indeed. A fistful of jewels. A parcel of good land. Your weight in gold coins.
Your daughter's hand in marriage.
Yes, my daughter's... What?
I shall take your daughter, Your Majesty. What?
You mean...
I have come to marry the princess.
No, of course you cannot marry me. This is preposterous. Tell him, Papa, tell him no and have him thrown from the palace for his impudence.
He cannot. The king has decreed the next man to ask for a hand shall have it.
He struck it down.
That's right.
Actually, you never officially undecreed the previous decree, Your Majesty. Your decision regarding the princess pending betrothal stands.
Oh, dear.
No, you cannot seriously be entertaining this.
I must stand by my word.
He is but a low minstrel.
He is your husband. I present to you the Princess Cora, your wife.
Charmed.
Oh,
I assume she comes with a dowry.
But of course.
And then we shall take that and be on our way.
Scribe, dowry.
what do you mean on our way?
I am a wandering minstrel. I go where the muse takes me.
I will not leave my father.
I am afraid you must.
Come now, princess. You'll love Reggie's cottage in the woods.
Cottage?
Though the thatch and the roof leaks.
When the cracks in the mortar make for a terrible draft.
Don't forget about the raccoons living in the rafters.
Yes, the raccoons! And the mice in the mattress.
This must be some terrible dream. A nightmare!
Majesty. I will be with you.
I could never afford to keep you.
I have served the princess my whole life. I will not leave her to this terrible fate alone. Suit yourself, but keep in mind the journey will be perilous. Perilous?
The forest is dark with dangerous creatures behind every tree.
Creatures? Wolves?
Bears!
Unscrupulous thieves. I will stay with the princess.
Thank you, Faith.
My daughter's dowry. Take care of her, minstrel. She is my greatest treasure. Be a good, obedient wife.
I can't believe this. Does no one else think that this is madness? I just met him. This man could be a lunatic.
You heard your father, wife. Be good and obedient.
If you think that I am going to make this easy for you, then you are sadly mistaken. You will rue the day that you set foot here.
I'm already beginning to regret it. What have we gotten ourselves into?
Don't worry, once we get in the forest, we'll be able to knock her off her high horse. I don't know. Stop! I need a break. What do you have in these rocks?
They're only my things.
You sure have a lot of things.
I'm a princess.
Princess or not, some of this will have to go. You're a minstrel's wife now. You don't need all this.
Oh, but I do. Either it all comes with, or I don't move another step.
Remember what your father said, Cora.
Don't bring my father into this. It is only out of respect for him that I haven't escaped and gone back home. I will not shame him by breaking his word, but don't expect me to like it.
She told you.
And you.
Oh no.
I remember you now. You're the mediocre minstrel who performed for my father last week.
Mediocre.
He gave you something that was not his to give. I will take my mother's brooch back now.
You see, I would, but I can't.
And why not?
She lost it in a wager.
This cannot be my life! First, I am married to a minstrel, and then I am robbed once more of my mother's prized brooch. I will lose nothing else of mine today. My luggage comes with, or I stay with it.
Well, it was nice to meet you.
What are you doing?
Teaching her a lesson. She won't last more than a few minutes out here alone.
I see, calling her royal nastiness on her bluff. I like it.
She won't be in any real danger, will she?
Don't worry, we won't go far. Just enough to make her worry.
Well, it's too bad we couldn't make this work out. I wish you the best.
Wait, you're leaving us here?
What about the wolves and bears? The unscrupulous thieves?
Maybe you have something in your trunk to deter them.
Good luck!
I can't believe they left us. They could have at least helped us to a town. Worst husband ever! What was that? Don't worry, Faith, the animals are more frightened of you than you are of them.
I doubt that.
How about we practice our embroidery to keep your mind off of it? You hate embroidery. But it will make you feel better, so I will suffer it. The forest is actually quite beautiful if you give it a chance.
It is terrifying. I don't like the sound of the wind in the trees.
Well, well, well. What do we have here?
Look at all the loot.
Jackpot!
It's our lucky day.
Princess, what should we do?
Stay back.
Princess! You hear that? We have ourselves bona fide royalty!
I command you to leave us be.
She commands us.
The only royalty that matters out here.
Ismut, king of the thieves.
And that's you.
The one and only. You will step aside as we unburden you of your possessions.
I will not.
If you don't move, we'll make you.
And I'd like to see you try.
Who will stop us?
I will.
Yeah, right.
You and what army, princess?
I must warn you, I am trained in the arts of defense. I could be considered a weapon as dangerous as your dagger.
I've heard enough. Get her out of my way.
Yeah, get out of the way, lady.
Get her, Mom.
Yeah.
You got this. Guess not.
Okay. You have spirit for royalty. I'll give you that. Well, don't just stand there. You're not frightened of one little girl, are you?
No, get away.
Stop! Just give
I'm not scared of you.
Let me down!
Me.
Your Majesty! Let her go. Your fight is with me.
Oh, not so tough now, are you?
What should I do? Stay still. Why?
What are you up to?
Faith. Don't move.
Go of me! If you were smart, you would give up!
No!
All right, princess. Have you had enough time to cool off?
What happened here? Oh, this, I was forced to deal with some unpleasant trash. But don't stand there staring, help me with faith.
You did all this.
It wasn't the wind.
But how?
Embroidery is more than pretty stitching. Just as there is more to me than what is expected of a princess.
Obviously.
Remind me not to make her angry.
I think it's too late for that.
Easy now. Are you okay?
I think so. Oh, I'm so sorry, Your Majesty. I have failed you with my cowardice, and I couldn't protect you from those awful thieves.
Pish posh, you did no such thing. If anything, I failed you. I should have never let you come with me.
What are you saying?
You don't belong out here.
But neither do you.
I don't have a choice now. For better or for worse, this is where I must be, but you don't need to follow me. I want you to go home.
I won't leave you.
You must. Can we take her back?
We'll send Nob with her. Her? She'll never make it on her own. I'll take Cora ahead to your cottage. You're sure the directions were correct?
You bet. I know the forest like the back of my hand.
Then I'll see you later. Nob will be sure you get back safely.
You will take care of yourself?
I will. I learned from the best. Go. And, look after Papa for me.
Come on.
Let's not stand here staring like buffoons. Lead the way.
Did you mean what you said? You belong with me for better or for worse.
So they say. Don't make me regret it.
I can already see the results of crossing you.
And don't forget it. Well, we had better go before they wake up from their naps.
What about the rest?
Leave it. They're full of rocks anyway.
What hit me?
It was that girl.
The princess. My head! What do we do now, boss?
Now what?
Our reputations will be ruined.
Not one word. It never happened. No one ever needs to know.
There it is, just where I left it.
Are you sure this time? We've already been chased from 2 other cottages.
Yes, well, I've been traveling for so long, my memory was a little rusty. But this is it, I'm sure.
It is cozy.
Yeah, home sweet home. It'll be better with a woman's touch.
What do you mean?
You know, some cleaning, a few repairs, maybe some curtains.
Oh, and you expect me to do this?
Of course, you are the little missus.
Excuse me?
You know, the woman of the house.
What does my being a woman have to do with housekeeping? Where will you be?
Me? I'll be heading to town.
You're going to leave me here?
You've already proven you're more than capable of taking care of yourself.
Regardless, I don't like the idea of you just taking off. What do you need to do in town?
I was gonna stop at the tavern.
Why do you need to go there?
You know, man stuff.
Enlighten me.
I was going to go to try to sell some songs. I'll be back before nightfall, keep the home fires burning. And I don't mean burn the house down.
Wait! Don't you think you should leave my dowry here?
I need to bring it with me.
Why?
I have my reasons. I need you to trust me on this, okay?
I guess I have no choice.
I'll be back soon. I promise. It is getting close to sundown, but I need to get this money to the palace. I hope she won't get into too much trouble on her own. I feel nothing but pity for whatever creature targets this particular princess. She has claws.
And what am I supposed to do in the meantime? Make friends with the raccoons and the rafters? Man stuff. The nerve of him. And then he expects me to clean up his sty of a cottage while he's off gallivanting through town with my money. Probably doesn't think I can do it. I'll show him. But how do I start? Who's there? Show yourself, I command you. I warn you, I have already married a perfect stranger and combated a band of thieves today. I am certainly not scared of you. Much. Oh, there are only 3 little mice. 3 blind mice. I'm sorry, little fellows, I didn't mean to frighten you. But were you scratching around for food? Just these last cakes Faith had packed. I should probably save it in case Reggie is later than he promised. Pish posh, none of that. Here you are. I'm not very hungry right now anyway. Be sure you share. This place really is a mess. I don't know how Reggie expects me to live here. But I do think there's some charm to it. A little work and it could almost be livable. I might as well do something while I wait. Now, what is this? I see. How handy. Now, what do I do with this? Oh, such clever mice. Now, how do I pick up all of this dust? Wonderful. I always appreciate learning a new skill and from such unconventional teachers. We will have this place looking like a palace in no time. The curtains look great. Thank you. Well done. Good work. Now off with you.
Cora, wake up.
Oh, it's you. I was having such a lovely dream about a masked ball and a handsome king.
My apologies, princess, but I can't seem to hide my surprise, even for your traitorous dreams.
Ha ha ha.
You did all this.
I did.
Housekeeping was part of princess lessons.
No, some mice showed me.
What?
How was town? Did you sell any songs?
No, I'm afraid I did not.
Where's the purse with my dowry?
It's gone.
Gone? What happened to it?
I needed it to pay off some debts, but I was able to get us this consolation prize.
A cart full of old pottery.
I thought we'd take them to town tomorrow and sell them at the market.
People would buy those?
Sure, they just need a little polishing and they'll be good as new. Look what else I brought.
Meat, bread, and some cheese? I know I should be furious at you about my dowry, but I can't find the energy. I'm starving!
What happened to your cake?
I traded them for curtains. The little fellows I gave them to needed them more than I did.
Our first dinner together will be a feast.
Where are we? By the way, are we still in my father's lands?
Once we crossed the meadow over the last hill, we entered the lands of the neighboring kingdom. In fact, it is ruled by one of your rejected suitors.
Which one? There were so many.
I believe you called him King Thrushbeard.
Oh. Yes, I recall him. These woods are very lovely, and to think they could have been mine.
Here now. I don't like you talking of a new husband after you had dreams of dancing with handsome kings. You may develop a jealous streak.
Don't mind that. It was a silly dream. Anyway, it's far too late for me to run off with King Thrushbeard.
I'm glad to hear it.
You are.
I'm becoming quite fond of you, Cora. I think I'll keep you.
When do you plan to sell these pots and make our fortune?
So I'll be taking the town square tomorrow.
You want me to go?
Wouldn't you like to see the town?
I mean, I would.
You seem unsure.
What if someone recognizes me?
So what?
They might tease me.
You are worried you might get a taste of your own medicine.
What do you mean?
Isn't that what you did to the suitors your father presented?
Well, I never thought of it that way.
Don't worry, Cora. After all you've been through today, I think you could handle a few uppity courtiers.
Maybe.
Did their opinions matter before?
No.
Then why should they now? You are the same person you were this morning. But now, you have a devastatingly handsome husband.
Oh.
A structurally questionable cottage. And the best cart of a few copper pots a few coins can buy.
Well, when you put it that way, it doesn't sound so bad.
What do you say we do for dinner?
Well, if we had a fire, we could fry the meat.
I can do that. You grab a pan.
Okay. A pan. A pan. A pan. What does a pan look like?
It'll be black and heavy with a handle.
Aha! A pan. What?
You don't know the first thing about cooking, do you?
I haven't had to until now.
And have some basic knowledge. We won't starve. Would you like to help?
I think I would. I mean, I always appreciate learning a new skill.
Bother you.
Try, but tell me honestly, am I really that awful?
You're not always the easiest person to get along with. In the time I've known you, there's a lot more to you than most people get to see.
You think so?
I can't believe I'm saying this, but don't change a thing.
What's she glowing about?
What do you mean?
She looks different, like that cat ate that canary. She didn't take any chunks out of your hideout in the woods, did she?
Knock it off. It was nice.
Nice. Are you feeling okay?
I feel fine.
Are you sure?
Yes, it was a nice night. What's so wrong with that?
With her.
She's not as bad as she seems.
I don't believe it. You like her.
There's nothing wrong with that.
You better not be going soft on me. This is so cool. The bread looks delicious. Oh, I'm hungry.
for a minstrel.
Thank you, I think.
Your style of dancing, there's something very familiar about it.
We better get back to the cart.
Oh, yes, I hope we didn't miss any customers.
I don't think there's anyone here who hasn't bought a pot. Some of the men who have come by would have given you money just for a smile.
Don't be jealous, I'm a natural salesman. Now, are there any other debt collectors out there who will come looking for this?
Not right now, but just to be safe. Why don't you hold on to it?
You don't mind?
Not at all. You earned it.
You know, this is the first time I've worked for something. Feels good. Maybe the next time you go out to sell songs, I should come with to help.
I'd probably actually sell some.
Reggie!
Excuse me, I've got to see what trouble Knob has found for us today.
Good morning, Princess.
Fancy seeing you here.
Good morning. Are either of you in need of any pottery?
Oh, is that what these are?
Even you can't be daft enough to not recognize a clay pot.
Well, I see the peacock hasn't changed her feathers.
Excuse me?
You're still as vain and impudent as you were before you married the beggar.
My husband is a minstrel, not a beggar. And he happens to prefer me as I am. Feathers and all.
Well, it's still unfortunate about what happened with your marriage.
What could your father have been
He
thinking?
must have lost his
There are
mind.
whispers he may be unfit to rule.
My father was following through on his word because he is an honorable and good king. And as for my unfortunate marriage, so far my husband has provided a roof, food, and income. He has also proven to be one of the most kindest and caring people I have ever met, and I cannot say the same about any other suitor who came whimpering for my hand. Now, ladies, I must bid you a good day, and I regret to inform you, it was not a pleasure.
Is everything all right?
Everything is perfect.
There's that dopey grin again.
Have either of you performed for the king before?
Thinking of your king Thrushbeard again, are you?
The people here have talked highly of him. This is obviously a poor country, but they love their king all the same. Speaks a lot of his character.
Too bad you missed your chance with him.
Some may say so, but I cannot complain about the luck that I've been dealt.
Very interesting.
What?
Nothing. I just didn't see this coming.
See what? Coming.
At least, not this quickly.
What are you talking about?
This is gonna make for a great song.
What song?
You are in for a surprise.
Knob, not now.
Listen, I don't want to get in the way of you two crazy kids. I'm just gonna mosey on back to the cottage, and then I'm gonna go and find someone else, and then
You! What do we do now, boss?
Get him!
Are
you
you
crazy?
Don't talk wrong to me! Don't run!
They're pots, Mog! What are we gonna do with them?
Maybe we can start that band you wouldn't shut up.
what's going on here?
Palace guard!
Quick, get the boss out of here.
You're just plain mean. Don't move. It looks like those four had the right idea.
What do we do?
Scatter! Hold it right there. Where do you think you're going?
Let us pass. You should be chasing those thieves.
We have witnesses that say you were involved with the whole thing. You owe quite a bit in damages.
There must be something we can work out.
You're
The
mashed.
great minstrel Reggie. I know. You're big fans.
Oh, no, you're the
Oh,
king.
songsters, you're right. I haven't heard that one in a while.
Okay.
The lady's right. The whole ruckus was caused by the thieves from the forest. But the king got to command you to go find them and have them arrested.
But the king...
Oh, I see. Yes, the king has committed just such a thing.
Good.
We'll be on our way to arrest the thieves. Wait. How much was the damage? Don't worry about it, miss. No. I insist we help the vendors whose goods were ruined. Here. This should cover at least some of it.
Thank you. I'm sure this will be appreciated. Now let's get a move on. Those thieves can't be too far ahead.
I'm still very confused. Wasn't that man the king? When you've been doing this job long enough, you learn not to question royalty.
It's kind of you to offer up your earnings.
It was what was right. Who knows if those bumbling brigands have anything to repay everyone with. But now we're out of money again, and there are no more pots to sell.
Don't worry. We'll make do.
We'll need to find you a steady venue. And I could get a job.
You get a job.
What about a position in the palace kitchens? That way I can learn to cook.
You don't have to do that.
I want to. I rather like earning my keep. Who do you think I should talk to?
If you insist, I could get you a place in the palace.
You care?
I have a little hole there.
Well done. Here, the last bit of my lunch, but don't let the cook get you. She'll be cross if she sees I'm wasting good bread on mice. Shoo! Listen to me now. In this kitchen, you are no princess. No more wasting bread or any other foods on big-eyed creatures. I keep a clean kitchen. Yes, cook. The kingdom may not be as poor as it once was, but it won't be thrown back into poverty because of any wastefulness on my part. Do you understand? Yes, cook. Excellent. Now let me see that kettle. Not bad. You are thorough, I'll give you that. I think you're ready to move on to the copper pot. Cook, can I ask your opinion of the king? On that subject, you may. He's a fine young man. I've worked for his family since he was a boy. He was always kind and smart as a whip. Was the kingdom already in trouble when he inherited the throne? Aye, his father before him made poor investments. The young king left to find a source of wealth for his people, and we're already seeing the benefit of his work. We will be happy to see him back home. And for your sake, it won't be much longer. What are you doing there? This? Well, I'm slicing an onion. And what is that you're doing now? Dicing. For goodness sakes, child, have you never stepped foot in the kitchen before? I never needed to back home. When do you think I'll be able to start cooking? You must learn to walk before you can run, princess. And in the kitchen, you start with pots and pans. Then, sweeping ashes from the hearth and fetching water for the kettles. Once you've proven that, you must learn knife skills and prep work. Only once you've mastered these things may you begin to cook. Then I expect I will be ready to cook by tomorrow. Do you now? You will find I'm a quick study and a determined pupil. We shall see. I must head out to the garden and pull some radishes for the salad tonight. If you have that pot clean before I return, I just might let you move on to the hearth sweeping. Yes, cook.
Is the coast clear?
Reggie, what are you doing here?
I wanted to check on you. How's everything going?
I'm fine, but you need to go.
The cook won't like it one bit.
I wouldn't want to get you in trouble.
I wouldn't be the one who needs to look out. She runs a tight ship and will probably put you to work if she finds you here.
Is she treating you well?
She's treating me just like she treats everyone else. It doesn't matter to her that I'm a princess, but she's fair, and she hasn't assumed anything of my character. She's taken me as I am. It's very refreshing.
Certainly wish I had given you more of a chance when we met.
I didn't make it very easy to. You know, the cook speaks very highly of King Thrushbeard. All the servants here do. I'm sure the only servant at home that would say anything nice about me is Faith.
Do you regret not having picked him for your husband now?
I am sorry I treated him poorly, and how I behaved to all of the suitors. However, I cannot say I regret that I didn't marry any of them, Thrushbeard included.
Really?
I know it seems crazy, but I'm happy here.
Even elbows deep in a grimy copper pot.
It's heaven to me right now. And I'm happy with you. Happier than I've been in my whole life. What do you think that means?
I'm not sure. I'm glad to hear it.
That makes me happy too. Now you must go before the cook comes back and has us both scrubbing pots the rest of the day.
I'll leave you to it then.
Hiya, Reggie. Come to see how the princess is handling manual labor. Me too. It's funny, she doesn't seem to mind it at all. There's that dopey grin again.
Yeah.
Oh boy, you've got it bad. Wait, you can't be in here. What if someone recognizes you? The jig will be up.
Good.
What?
I can't lie to her anymore, Knob. I need to tell her who I am.
So soon.
Cora is not who we thought she was. She's brave and smart. She's the most loyal and honorable person I've ever met.
You love her, don't you?
I don't know how it happened. It snuck up on me.
Honestly, I saw this coming from a mile away from the moment you two danced together. So, let's close the circle.
What do you mean?
Throw a ball. There you can make yourself known to her.
A ball.
A masked ball tonight will be the perfect ending.
You're sure it will work?
I bet every last coin I have on it.
You don't have any coins.
Even if I did. Come on, Reg. What princess can resist a handsome king confessing his undying love at a ball? The story practically writes itself.
Very well. Send the messenger to make sure her father is present. I want him to see his daughter is in good hands. Then, begin the preparations.
Will do, Your Highness. The king returns with his bride. What a song this will be. Princess!
What's wrong?
Stop everything you're doing. You've been promoted to assistant cook.
What? But why?
The king is coming home, and he's bringing with him his wife.
The king is married.
Yes, he's declared there will be a masquerade tonight in celebration of their homecoming. I will need your help to prepare the feast. Are you up for the task?
I won't let you down.
Good. Let's get to work then. There hasn't been such excitement here in a long time. My heart is racing. I'm not sure we can get everything done in time.
Pish posh, we can and we will. Tell me what to do.
You're doing well, Princess.
Thank you. It is hard to serve while music is playing, though. Boys love dancing at balls.
I imagine you have many fond memories at parties such as these.
I do. But amongst my favorites was watching my mother and father lead the first dance when I was a child. You could always tell how much they loved each other from how they danced together.
I must refill my tray. Will you be all right on your own?
Go ahead.
No request, please.
Knob, it's me.
Reggie, gee, I didn't recognize you.
Do I look that different?
A little. You know, the new duds and the mask covering your face.
The masquerade was your idea.
Trust me, you look great. The irony is not lost.
I hope I didn't go overboard. I want Cora to be impressed.
She'll be ecstatic. All of this is definitely an upgrade. Papa?
Cora? Is that you? Oh, I've missed you. What are you doing here?
I work in the kitchen.
Work? In the kitchen?
Only after we had to use the money from the sale of our pots to pay for the damage we caused in town square.
Damage in the town square?
A very unfortunate scuffle with some thieves we met in the forest. I'm sure Faith told you all about it.
Thieves? In the forest?
But don't worry, I hear they have been captured and are currently spending their evening in the palace dungeon.
What happened to your dowry?
Reggie had to use it to pay off his debts.
His debts? All of it?
The whole thing.
Complete?
Wonder where Reggie is. I'm sure he'd love to see you.
I'd like to have a word with your husband as well.
We'd better get this over with.
Agreed. The sooner you two can get to happily ever after.
Do you see her?
There she is. She's with her father. Do double whammy.
No. I need to tell Cora first. Hopefully, her father will understand.
He'll have to after seeing what a son-in-law he's gaining.
Wish me luck.
Go get her, Tiger.
Your Majesty, welcome to my kingdom.
Thank you. I believe you have met my daughter before.
Yes. How are you, Princess Cora?
I am well. I must take this moment to ask your forgiveness for the abominable way I treated you before.
There was no need.
No. I was an incorrigible brat and I shamed my father terribly. I can only hope to make him more proud in the future.
I am always proud of you, Cora, and never more so than in this moment.
May I have this dance?
Oh, I couldn't. I'm sure you've heard that I'm married now, and I don't think he would like it.
I assure you, your husband won't mind the dance between old acquaintances.
What of your new bride? But surely she will want to dance with her husband at some point tonight.
Don't you worry. He will.
Then, I suppose I shall. Papa, will you keep an eye out for Reggie?
Lovely tonight.
Thank you.
I never had a chance to tell you how much I enjoyed our talk the other day.
Don't mention it, please. I was awful.
You were delightful. I also enjoyed our dance.
You still move very well. Seems familiar to me now.
It is like we were always supposed to dance together.
That's impossible.
Is it?
Of course it is. You are behaving very strangely. I think I'll go back to my father.
I am not done with you yet.
But I am done with you. Your Majesty, let me go!
Please stay.
What? More confessions?
Only that I love you.
What?
The wife I have brought home is you.
What? I have already told you I have a husband.
A traveling minstrel unworthy of a princess.
It was I who was unworthy of him.
You really believe that?
I do. I love my traveling minstrel. I cannot marry you.
But my love, you already have.
That's the king.
You. You're King Thrushbeard?
One and the same. But how? It all started off differently. Nob and I concocted this disguise to trick you into marrying me. My kingdom was poor and I needed your dowry.
My dowry. Your debts.
I am ashamed to admit it, but I must give you the whole truth. I planned to teach you about a lesson about how you treated me and the other suitors. But instead, you taught me the lesson and I fell in love with you. I could only hope you might feel the same way about me. And hearing you say you love me as only a poor minstrel has made me the richest man in all the lands. Now I stand before you, a king, telling you that you are my queen.
How dare you? You have lied to me over and over again. You tricked me. Humiliated me. In front of all of these people, all for what? My money. Revenge.
But Cora, you don't understand.
No, was I supposed to be thankful? He ended up being king the whole time? Huh? Did you expect to break me down into some weak, simpering woman without an ounce of self-respect? No. You're both despicable. I never want to see you again. May I come home now?
Come. You will leave this place. If you are wise, you will never darken our gates again.
That did not go the way I thought it would.
These mice are my friends.
Friends? How you have changed.
Suppose I couldn't help but be different. For the better, I hope.
Your father asked me if he may come to visit you.
What? Of course he may. Father!
Is it all right?
Yes. Papa, thank you.
Since you have been such dear friends to my princess, why don't we go to the pantry and find you some treats? Come along.
How are you doing?
You know, just sitting here, wondering if I'll ever be happy again.
You will. I promise.
I realized a broken heart could feel so awful. Did you feel this way? When Mother died.
Something like it.
Does it go away?
No. True love is never easy to get over. But I will tell you what helped.
What?
You, my dearest. You made it a little easier every day.
Thank you, Papa.
And you know what else? Cake. Lots and lots of cake.
If I eat the amount of cake that equals the pain, I'll get dreadfully fat.
And you'd still be lovely. Shall I leave you alone?
If you don't mind. I don't feel like company right now.
Call me if you need me.
I love you, Papa. Thank you.
Quiet down, will you?
Sorry, I'm doing the best that I
We're
can.
supposed to be sneaking into the palace, not trampling through like elephants. What are you doing in that getup anyway?
In case you forgot, your princess packs a punch.
No, I have not.
This is simply precautionary.
Oh, in this? What are you gonna do with that? Bludgeon her until she comes with me.
We don't know how she's gonna react when she sees us. Going off a previous experience, I'm gonna go with not well.
I hope you're wrong. I miss her.
I know you do. So let's get the show on the road and go find your true love.
And a happy ending for your song.
Forget about that. You're my best friend, Reggie, and I want you to be happy.
Thank you, Nob. That means a lot to me. Let's go find Cora.
Who's there? Found her! Who is it? I demand you to show yourself.
It's only me.
What are you doing here? I told you that I never wanted to see you again.
I know, but I've decided I couldn't leave it at that.
If you don't leave, I'll call for my father.
Please, hear me out.
Papa! Papa!
I love you.
Well, you have a funny way of showing it. Papa, help!
You! Guards! Cora, are you all right?
Yes, but I want him gone.
Seize him!
Please, Cora. I made a mistake.
Wait, Cora, this is all my fault.
What do you mean?
The disguise, tricking you, and the revenge. It was all my idea. Reggie would have never done any of it if I hadn't coerced him to do so.
You still went along with it. All the same.
He was desperate. You've been to his kingdom. You know how badly his people needed the money that a marriage she would bring. He only did what a responsible king would do. Would you have done any differently, Your Majesty?
I would. And I have. I loved your mother with every bit of me, but our marriage had been arranged.
Papa, you said that...
Your mother and I got lucky that we fell in love. And it seems that you and this young man here have as well. I think you should hear him out.
Release him. Is this true? The scheme, it was all Nob's idea.
It was. You're right, too. I did go along with it. And I will be sorry that I used you and lied to you every remaining day of my life. I promise that I will be truthful with you from now on. I would be lying if I said I regretted any of it.
What do you mean?
What if I hadn't listened to Nob? If I hadn't shaved the stupid beard that looked like a thrush had nested in it? If I hadn't pretended I was a penniless minstrel? We would have never been married in the first place. I would have never gotten to know you past the mask you were for all the others. I would have never fallen in love with you. Even if you don't forgive me and never speak to me again, I wouldn't trade a single moment we spent together as simply Reggie and Cora.
I wouldn't either.
Really, you wouldn't.
I think I'll keep you. But this will take time. We need to do it right. A courtship, a wedding. I want my father to walk me down the aisle.
Anything you say.
I expect you'd like a second dowry for marrying the girl again.
I won't take a cent. You were right, Your Majesty. She is my greatest treasure.
A peace offering.
My mother's brooch. I thought you said you lost it.
I did, but I want it back.
You, Nob. You want to bet?
It was a no-brainer. I almost felt like I cheated.
What did you bet?
That you two would live happily ever after. Now, let's celebrate!
To King Thrushbeard.
And his queen.